next prophet that we looked at was Hosea. And I know that Hosea is the favorite of so many people in this class. All right. Now, how did we describe Hosea? He's a prophet of what? It's an easy one. He's a prophet of love. All right. He's a prophet of love.
I was going to say forgiveness. I was going to say he's a prophet of forgiveness. I was trying to look through my notes.
He's a prophet of love.
Okie doke. Okay.
Okay. Now, Hosea prophesied during the reign of Jeroboam II. Jeroboam II in Israel. Now, he is prophesying at a time in Israel's history when this is a time of peace, a time of plenty, a time of prosperity, and a time of luxury, both in Samaria and in Jerusalem. All right. Now, Hosea could be, as I said, considered the greatest lover of all. Why? Because his love was so strong. Even when Gomer was unfaithful, that did not dull and quench his love for her. He is bent on getting her back. All right. In Hosea, what we see him suffering immensely because of his love for Gomer. And even though Gomer broke his heart, he still made it possible for her to come back to him. Now, we see the importance of that, because Hosea's love for Gomer is a small reflection, a small picture of the divine love for man. All right. And we can see the associations here. All right. Now, so anything that we want to look at. Okay. There are some key verses in Hosea that I want us to look at. Look at chapter 4 and verse, and chapter 5 and verse, chapter 6 and verse 4. So it's 4, 5, and 6, 5, 5, 6, 4, and look at 13, 2.
I got 5, 5.
All right. Somebody else can get 4, 5, and 4, and 13, 2.
Okay. I have chapter 4, verses 5 and 6.
Okay. All right. Sam, you have 5, 6, 5?
Yes, sir.
All right. Either David or Emmanuel could get 6, 4, and 13, 2.
I have 13, 2.
All right. So Emmanuel, you will have to choose 6, 4. All right. Okay. Let's hear that.
Chapter 4, verses 5 and 6 says, Therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night, and I will destroy thy mother. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
All right. Okay, so that's one of the key verses in Hosea. Let me hear 5, 5.
Moreover, the pride of Israel testifies against him, and Israel and Ephraim stumble in their iniquity. Judah also has stumbled with them.
All right, so that idea of pride. Chapter 6 and verse 4.
O Ephraim, what shall I do to you? O Judah, what shall I do to you? For your faithfulness is like a morning cloud, and like early dew, it goes away.
All right, so it talks about the inconsistency, the temporariness of Israel's faith. Chapter 13 and verse 2.
And now they sin more and more, and have made them molten images of their silver, and idols according to their own understanding, all of it the work of the craftsmen. They say of them, let the man that sacrifice kiss the calf.
All right, that speaks to their idolatrous behavior. So now, what are some of the lessons that we can learn from the book? First, the first thing is that nothing can quench God's love for us. And of course, Romans chapter 8 and verse, right down from verse 28 down to the end, that God, we're more than conquerors, verse 37, neither death nor height can separate us from the love of God. All right? Now, when we desert God, another lesson, there is anguish and pain. And that sin separates us from God. Okay. Now here's another thing that we learn from from Hosea, is that divorce is not a solution. It is merely an effort to escape. Divorce is never a solution. It is merely an effort to escape. Here is another thing again that we learn from the book of Hosea, is that worship cannot please God until the worshiper comes with the right spirit. And another lesson that we can take home from Hosea is this: there's a real danger of becoming like those with whom we associate. All right. And the last lesson before we go to another book is here it is. The root of every sin is unfaithfulness to God. Every other sin is that's the main thing, our unfaithfulness to God. Okay, so that's one of the things we learn.